Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
All good, thank you.
So today we are here talking to Zuza. Zuza is one of my students from the instructor's course, and she's about to finish. So I wanted to find out how did it go for her, and hopes and dreams, the things that we do when we finish a course. But first of all, I know that you came to Portugal from Poland, but I also know that you knew a little bit. I mean, you practiced before, didn't you?
Yes,
But I
indeed.
don't know everything, so I'm just gonna ask you.
Of course. So I will start with introducing myself. My name is Zuzanna Grzywacz. I'm originally from Poland, but also living 8 years in Germany and professionally, and I was studying German and Polish law, and I graduated with a master degree in Frankfurt Oder. It's a little city in Germany. Then I decided to switch a little bit my life and change to try something different, because I deeply knew that my path is not to become a lawyer. So first time in my life when I heard about Qigong was when I was 6 years old. Why?
Oh.
Because I started to train Kung Fu.
Okay.
And Qigong exercises, breathing exercises, were a start for our warm-up for Kung Fu practice.
Oh, good.
So this is a first moment when I heard word Qigong. Although at the beginning, I didn't understood what does it mean. I didn't know about theory. I was just repeating the breathing that the teacher was explaining, and also the movements. When I was teenager, I started.
So let me stop you a little bit. So
Sure.
you started from there.
Yeah.
And then you carry on practicing, or was just that bit before the Kung Fu? Because you done Kung Fu for how long?
Oh, I was training until I was 25. I was
okay.
Fu.
So you were also doing Qigong during that time?
Exactly, and also Tai Chi Chuan.
Okay.
Yeah, but I started training Kung Fu in an international organization, Young's Martial Arts Association, and I was a student for many years. I think until I moved to Portugal when I was 29. I was still a member of YMAA, and I was practicing with them Tai Chi Chuan and Kung Fu until I was.
So what did you like about it? What drove you? What brought you to Qigong?
Well, at the beginning, it was just the beautiful warm-up. That's it. And then when I struggling with a little bit spine problems, because Kung Fu requires acrobatic movements as well. And I was a growing young lady as a teenager. I started to have health issues because of the sport. And Qigong was, when I was 15, was something that really attracted me, and Tai Chi Chuan, like really deeply. I wanted to, okay, it's a healing exercises. White Crate Qigong was releasing my back pain. I was like, wow, it's working. I really love that. But yeah, I was 15 and I was 18. I moved to Germany, and I didn't thought that a Qigong and becoming an instructor could be something like a professional thing for me, you know? Like I was scared to become somebody who is independent. So okay. I was born in 89, and you can imagine that people with maybe my mindset, the main path that you have in your mind being a teenager is like, oh, I want to get to university. Of course, it's not a story for everybody, but it was for me. I wanted to really finish university. I wanted to be a lawyer and fight for human rights and turn the universe, the earth, to the better, you know, the people, to help people to in many law cases or around the globe, to help them generally.
So you wanted to make the world a better place.
Exactly, that was exactly my goal. But you know, during my study time, when I was studying law, I could not get rid of the thought that I would just stop training Kung Fu, Tai Chi, and Qigong. I was scared because moving from Poland, when I had my teacher, my colleagues for all the years, I was scared I would not find a teacher in Germany. And the connection with my Kung Fu and Tai Chi Chuan colleagues was disappearing a little bit because I stopped coming back to Poland less and less. I was more time in Germany, busy with the studies, hard studies. But then was a moment, actually a good moment, that I started to be interested in practicing by myself.
Okay.
And this learned me how to be full of perseverance. Because when you have to learn about something that when you don't have a teacher nearby, you have to research a lot.
But also it's not let me just stop you for a bit. It is nice that you were training on your own, but it's also not advisable for people who never train just to train on their own. I mean, you had some background, so you just carried on.
But it was not sufficient for me only to train by myself. I continued to train because I love it. But the curiosity about Qigong, Tai Chi Chuan, but also traditional Chinese medicine was super, super strong. And I was searching some other courses, which I also attended some seminars. I went for a beautiful seminar in the United States, in California, making my dream come true. So I was traveling a lot. And I was training not only in one school, but taking courses in at least 8 different schools just to experience and see the differences. Because as you can imagine, I already had experience in one school for many years as a little child, teenager, and a grown-up. And then there was a craving to know the difference of different styles. Only not one Qigong, but many other schools. So I was trying to find the style that really applies to me and pick up the one that is working for my health. Because this was the one thing that I didn't mention. The curiosity and this eager to learn more about Qigong had actually a big reason, because I was struggling with a difficult health issue. That was, I got my diagnosis that really scared me when I was 19. I had already symptoms when I was a little child, but at that time, the disease that I had was not so, I would say, the research at that time. So I was having different diagnoses through all my teenage time, and none of them was correct. And when it was really bad, when I was 19, they really figure out what's happening with my body. And then I started a treatment, which I didn't really like, because it was a lot of, I would say, chemical medicines going to my body. And me already at that time, being 19, I was already aware about natural healings methods. Like,
and do you mind telling us a little bit of what it is, or no?
Oh, well, yes, I can share it here. Well, I was struggling with a little tumor on the pituitary gland, which was actually making a lot of disorders with the hormonal issues, with the hormonal hormones. And this impacted a lot of things in my body.
In your body.
Going through menstruation, skin problems, concentration. There was a moment when I was having a little vision problems. I was wearing glasses for at least 10 years. And because the tumor was very close to the eye nerve. Yes, there was, the osteoporosis. I was in a high risk of osteoporosis, lack of menstruation for many years, and it could not come naturally. I was only menstruating with the medicines. Yeah, the fear.
And you were practicing during that time?
When I got my diagnosis, being 19, I started to practice Qigong and Tai Chi Chuan a lot. But before the diagnosis, in my life was only Kung Fu. But
Okay.
then I was also participating in championships. You know, when you are energetic, you just want to express your energy through more active sports. And then when I got diagnosed, I got really scared about myself and about, I think, leaving. Everybody would be scared, right? And there was not much solution for me, because when I went to 6 different doctors, each of them told me one schema of treatment. And when you Google this pituitary problems, you will see the treatment for it. You can live with this, but you might not, for example, be able to get pregnant. So being a young woman, 19, and for example, this thought that you might not get pregnant, that was hard to swallow and scary. So you need to a little bit switch and work with your mindset. So it's not only a healing you externally, internally, but also a lot with your mind. So you will not get depressed, scared about it, or like you just have to move on, right? You have to get stronger and have this hope that you can heal yourself. Yeah. Somehow.
So you were having this health problem. You were studying in Germany already?
Yes.
And then this turns and you go into, you use the Qigong for your health. So you start using for your health. So after that, you graduate from law school?
I graduated from the law school.
And how did you end up in Portugal anyway?
Yeah. So, well, maybe because I started with my disease, it was like such, oh, she was having a health issue, sad story. So how it ended, not ended, it's still a path of healing. But I just, for people who are watching us, I was able, using traditional Chinese medicine, meditation, visualization techniques, aromatherapy, and Qigong, I could help the treatment to basically naturally, because I refuse medical treatment. And for my tumor to sink and disappear totally within 3 years. So the prognosis was that 8 years of treatment with the medicines, and I was able to, of course, there was many people who were helping me. It was not only one person or myself, Google how to heal myself or the books. It was, I was asking, I was so curious about natural healing, and I was so open for it, because you have to mentally be full of hope and openness for anything that comes to you, you know, and trust. Trust your body and trust to people who want to help you. So after experiencing this, I would say healing, it was for me a personal, huge success. And I thought, oh my God, I think it's a sign, because when I talk to universe, to God, when I will get healthy, I want to pass this to other people and tell them how I healed myself. And I finished my studies. As soon as I finished my studies, I told my parents, I told my father, like, I cannot go to law. I cannot be a lawyer. I just finished, graduated, but I knew I have to change my life. So the first thought that to try also think what I learned through all the years and try to teach Tai Chi Chuan. And I was doing that for a little bit in Germany, and I really love it. But I was craving to go out more to the nature. I already know a lot of people from Portugal, from international summer camps, from Mawai, Kung Fu and Tai Chi Chuan. Yeah.
Because you've been here before? You've been in Portugal before?
I was, yes, in 2013. I was first in my life in Portugal, attending the international summer camp for Kung Fu and Tai Chi Chuan. And I love the city, the country. I knew a lot of people. And I was always curious about this, the country itself, the nature is completely different than Poland. You can imagine even the temperature, food, people, mindset. It's something really that attracted me.
And then you decided to study. How did you find the course? I mean, how did you end up in this course?
Because I knew one person very dear to my heart. He became a traditional Chinese medicine doctor.
Okay.
I experienced a lot of beautiful stories from him about the school, but I also saw his transformation during 5 years of studying in the school of traditional Chinese medicine, and how wonderful doctor he became. And then he suggested, well, you are interested in Qigong, you are very dedicated, why not to try to become a professional certified instructor in Portugal and start your new life here in Portugal, because I was still searching for a new place to live, to start a new chapter in my life. I knew it will not be Germany and it will not be Poland.
Okay.
I was searching for a place where I would have a lot of sun, because the thing that I hear myself being 23, 25 was already okay. It didn't mean that my symptoms disappeared, you know. I'm still struggling with hormonal issues that, and I believe this is not ending story. It will always continue with me for all my life. I have to keep my harmony, my balance. It's a work with emotions.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a never ending story. At least I know the tools how to continue the journey being healthy and fit. So yes, and I was like, yeah, I think it's marvelous idea. I was in 2013 here in Portugal. I love the country. Why not? I would just, put everything on the one card and try my powers here. So the most scary thing about the course was the language.
Yes, yes.
I am a German
Because at the
speaker,
time the
Polish
course
speaker.
was all in Portuguese. So
Yes.
you're a warrior.
Yes, I was feeling like the one, like a warrior. But I was so into becoming an instructor. Like I really wanted to learn. I started to learn Portuguese as soon as I moved to Portugal, and I gave myself 6 months to at least knew what I read, to understand reading. That was my challenge, to understand reading. And then I was like, okay, I will just try to apply, to talk with you, to have an interview, and to persuade you that I can really learn Portuguese for the first year of studying already, and I can do it. I can also tell that everybody who was listening, that when you have this passion in heart, when there is a will, there is
There
a
is a
way.
way.
There is a way. And with the help, of course, people around me who are helping me to translate the book into English, I manage it. And I always say to my students who are, now I'm giving classes in Portuguese, but I always say, I'm not fluent in Portuguese, but Qigong is about movement, concentration, breathing, and feeling.
Yeah.
So just watch me, observe, and the movements. Will not speak here much.
So in all the schools, so you came to this school, you didn't know the school at all.
I didn't know school at all.
What is your opinion after you've been in so many schools?
Mm-hmm.
What drove you to this one?
Yes. Well,
What is the
I knew
difference?
already a very big uniqueness about the school. From my research, this is the only school in Europe where you can do a professional 3 years course, when the knowledge is not passed only about the movements itself, about Qigong. It's a course that has a beautiful, solid foundation about the TCM knowledge. So it's an integrated knowledge. You learn about anatomy, you learn about meridians, you learn about the history of Qigong. You learn about meditation. All 3 years, going deeper and deeper inside yourself. You are facing your deepest demons. You have a lot of exercises with your inner child. You learn how to actually heal yourself, and you go through the process of discovering your own emotional states in your life.
Sorry to interrupt you. I was asking you this because for us who designed the course, we don't know what courses are around and the differences. So I'm always curious, especially you. How do you come from Poland here?
I was only able to attend the courses when you are not in association. There are a lot of offers of courses like 2 weekends, 6 weekend courses, but now I don't know on the market how it is. I was able to attend in Poland or in Germany like a weekend courses, and I'm not saying they were bad, not at all. You know what you are searching and what you want. I was searching for more theory, more a school, a course, professional course that will be led by people who have a professional experience in TCM. I wanted to become a therapist, Qigong therapist, instructor, and not only instructor to learn to teach people movements. That was my main goal. In order to be a therapist, I wanted to learn how to diagnose people. And after this course, 3-4 years here, I am able to do that. I can see a person, I can check persons energetically, I can feel the person, I can see the disabilities of the body, I can ask proper questions. I know how to clear my body after the training properly because I learned it in school. Cleansing is so important, not only for the students, but also for the teacher itself. I know how to handle tackle difficult subjects, conversations with the students. So personal development of an instructor is a must-have thing. And it doesn't happen during one course, the weekend course.
So what did you feel, how did you change, or what was the transformation that you felt in yourself, along these 3 years? How different you feel?
I definitely felt that my self-confidence raised. I knew what I'm talking about. The subject of Qigong is difficult subject. When we talk about yoga, is more familiar for people. There's plenty of videos, materials in the internet. In Qigong, quite opposite. It's more secret art. It's even difficult to understand from the books. Without a teacher, it's difficult to understand the energy flow in the body. Even traditional Chinese medicine is a challenging thing to study. So yes, basically,
if you were to go back 3 years ago or 4, how is that Zuza compared to the Zuza today? How does she feel?
Yeah, I feel lighter. I feel lighter because I learned that I don't have to have a plan. I just go with the flow in life. So I don't force like in Qigong. You cannot force the energy. You just let it flow. If the thing doesn't work the way I want, I'm not angry at myself. I don't punish myself, anymore. I changed internally regarding the calmness. Because in the past I was a very nervous person, not like angry, but more with putting a lot of challenges for myself. I needed to lead every project to the end. I needed to be I wanted to be the best what I'm doing in study time, being a Kung Fu fighter or Tai Chi Chuan Qigong instructor, the best and to bring the best quality. But this pressure on myself was doing a lot of bad things inside my body. the high cortisol, stress, problems with insomnia, a little bit like sadness, because when we are putting too much on ourselves, then the thing that we do that we love are not anymore bringing us happiness because we are tired and becoming sick. So what I learned during the course was like, just chill, girl. Everything will be fine, and is a process. So I learned I learned patience. This was super important skill, to be patient, perseverant, and calm.
So what do you think, what type of people do you think would benefit from this course that you did?
From my life story, you can already notice that Qigong can practice everywhere. In beginning, children, teenagers, older people, and seniors. People who have difficulties with the different emotions, people who have problems with the spine, people who have problems with arthritis, depression, hormonal issues, people, a lot of diseases. As I mentioned, the Qigong is one of the healing tools that TCM uses in the practice. So it can cure a lot of diseases. And you just have to know why you want to train Qigong. If it's only an exercise, it's okay. But if you want to go deeper and use the knowledge about how to lead energy and how to use it in a practice, you go to the different level and you can go deeply and deeply with the healing.
Oh, that's nice. So in your how do you see Qigong in the future in general? I mean, there are lots of Qigongs. Of course, our school teaches therapeutic Qigong, which is different from martial and all the rest. How do you see this in the future?
I see that the Qigong will be more accessible and people will know more about it, because we have a lot of people who really love this art and are sharing a lot of beautiful content online. So people can choose from the big offer of beautiful schools and teachers, and can choose the teacher that really apply to them. So because in our school, there's a lot of amazing people who want to teach, share the knowledge, you can choose the one, the students can choose the one that really resonates with them. And I see that, you know, we will have more Qigong practitioners, that they can be spread around the world, that we need this international character that we are creating here on Healing Project UK platform. And this is the goal, to make it more visible, that make it more accessible, to make it more accessible in English language, not only Portuguese. And I think, I see it there, like it will be more.
So in a way, you went through the hard way, which was to do the course in English, but luckily the ones that come after you, the course will be in English, not in Portuguese. So you've done in Portuguese, but now the course will be in English, which is good.
Yeah.
So, but since you live here, you need to talk Portuguese in Portuguese, learn
and
Portuguese.
I love it.
So.
And I gained another language and I can teach in Portuguese. Is also very huge privilege. What I would like to also add about the course itself, what I didn't mention, and I think my speech will not be complete. What I gain also from the course is a beautiful networking. Because in yoga, Qigong, Kung Fu associations, it's not only about the art, but it's all about the people also. So we grow together. I met wonderful people with whom I made amazing friendships. And this is unique. It will stay with me forever. So the uniqueness of having the friendships, people with a lot of different professions. Look, I'm a lawyer, and I am a therapist. And there are a lot of people who are training Tai Chi Chuan, Qigong, who are artists, studying physics, doing other arts. It's just marvelous. And you exchange with them these beautiful interests and passions in life. it's just amazing. The retreats that our school offers, it's something that gives you opportunity to rest, work with yourself, work with others, and be closer to nature. It's like different kind of level of, you know, exploring life, exploring ourselves.
Yeah, I do think that when you teach, the part of creating a community is very important,
Yeah.
because you need to have a safe place to open up. And you guys are together like a family for 3 years and more.
Yeah.
There are people who already finish and they carry on as a group, and they are working as a group, which is very good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because this is one of the I think the big positive points that we have about this school, is not just teaching, but also getting people together,
Definitely.
that creating a strong community, which is good, because people can get along. Is one of the things that I always say is very important, to get along to. And if you don't get along, just say to the other person, but don't just isolate yourself in a bubble.
Yeah, so I can compare it to this. I came to Portugal alone and I was seeing me, I'm finishing the course and I see us. So I'm not, I found family, I found wonderful people, and I found community that we share the energy. It's not only mine energy, it's our energy. And yeah.
That's very beautiful. That's exactly what we want, you know, and you guys, which is wonderful. So, um, as a future instructor, because you're already on your last year, you're going to finish very soon. What are your hopes for the future? What you want to do with the course?
I will continue the journey of teaching, but more on the professional and everyday basis. I would love to have my own practice with my own place. Of course, I think it's a dream of every instructor, almost every instructor. I see myself as a person, as a teacher and therapist who is giving classes, giving speeches, help to, guide people in their health problems. Yeah, and share everything what I learned through all the years, not only from the course, but my life experience. It's a beautiful thing that this course was like some little beautiful, star, sparkling star that gives me, encouraged me to actually use what I learned in my life. Because I was already having some knowledge, but it was hidden. I didn't have the confidence to share it. And the course gave me a foundation to how to share the knowledge. So I see myself, now I'm ready to share my knowledge.
Good. I'm really happy. Well, happy that you are with us, that you are strong and resilient, and you lasted us 3 years with us.
It was a pleasure.
Well, now that you're talking, it's like the first time when you came to the interview, I was like, this girl is crazy. How is she going to survive? But anyway, she's so willing to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. And I'm really happy that 3 years went by, and here you are,
and I want
finishing.
more. Let's be honest, Qigong is never-ending journey. It's the instructor will never stop learning. There is thousands of things to discover and work on, and this is the fun part of it.
Yeah,
not the end.
I think that too. So, Zuza, is there anything that you want to add, or?
Actually, yes, I would like to invite everybody to experience at least once in life Qigong exercises. To join our classes either on our online platform Healing Project UK and use our videos that we posted by Professora Paula Madeira to try it. I also encourage people who are in Portugal to join us on Saturday classes from 10 to 12. You have opportunity to try the free classes. If you are interested in this interview with me, you know, you found this like, oh, I really am interested in Qigong, try to Google us, read more about us online, and maybe visit us here in Portugal. We are offering beautiful courses here as well in English language. Yes, if you have any more questions to me or Professora Paula, leave a message in the comments or write to us emails. It will be super nice. Yeah, and I just want to say, don't be scared to reach your own healing path. And Qigong is a beautiful art to do that, to heal yourself.
Thank you, Zuza. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you as well.
And yeah, we're gonna hear a lot more from you in the future.
And it's a pleasure to share and yes, and to share with you energy and everything. It's a wonderful journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you.